Now, when you finally have the people you want, I'm going to teach you something that I've shared once before, but I've never really shared in this training. And I've used myself for years, and it really helped me go from stressed and struggling and broken, no one being able to stay with my team. Our retention was so bad, to building one of the most dynamic sales teams and doing millions and millions each year and having one of the top cultures that our company ever seen. And we couldn't get people to quit if they wanted to because they love what they did. And our employees, our receptionists, our staff, our campus relations manager, everyone was working cohesively together for the same vision. It's a 3-step process. And I really want you to take this serious because it'll simplify everything about hiring. It's 3 steps. 1 is expectations. 2 is accountability. And 3, where 95% of companies go wrong, is feedback. Expectations is this. They need very clear-cut expectations of what to expect with your company, what to expect in the first 30 days, what to expect long-term, financially, emotionally, physically, what to expect. Now, I don't know who's in direct sales or network marketing and who's in different industries, right? But in network marketing, the number one problem I've seen, I've never been in network marketing, but the number one problem I've seen with training people and working with some of the best in the world and their teams is the expectations are incongruent. And the second someone experiences an expectation that is different than you shared, the trust for you subconsciously goes down or is depleted. So let me explain what that means. If someone is hiring someone, or if someone's joining your team and you're like, oh, this is the best job, you can have financial freedom, you're gonna make so much money, you're gonna impact people and change lives, you should join our team, we have the best team. And they sell them to get on the team, but they don't explain that the first 30 days will be an emotional roller coaster. The second something goes wrong and they feel stressed out about something, they're thinking, wait, you said this was easy and fun and I'm making money, I'm struggling, my whole family is saying I should quit. What's going on? Something's incongruent. And they quit. So if you give proper expectations, say, hey, in your first 30 days, it's going to be a challenge. Most people give up because they're not used to pushing past challenges. But I can assure you, this, when you're going to feel like giving up 10 times, call me and I'll help you. But when you get over that feeling, when you make it past your first 30 days, you're already in the top 30 and 40%. And that's when you're going to start seeing real success. But just know that it's going to happen because it's something new. Right? It's going to challenge your capacity, but when you push past it, you're going to grow. That's why we have such an amazing team. Think about society. Most people are struggling. Most people have a job they hate. Most people don't have financial freedom because when they go through a challenge, they give up and they quit. And when you give up, you subconsciously, it's easier to give up next time. And most people give up on everything. So I don't want you, Justin, Nancy, Brittany, I don't want you to give up in the first 30 days. It is going to be tough, but I assure you the rewards will exponentially expand that. But I'm sure the rewards will top those challenges tenfold. Now, see the difference there? Same person, same position, different expectations, different results. Now, when that person goes through a challenge, they go, Peter told me I was going to struggle. He told me I was going to feel like quitting. He told me my family would tell me to quit because they're not used to entrepreneurship or sales. They're used to stability, right? They told me this. I'm not going to fold. I'm just waiting for those 30 days to be up so I can see real results. Giving them proper expectations. So when I ran a sales team, I would tell people, hey, if you want to break records, everyone says they do, but most don't actually want to put in the work and sacrifice. If you want to break records, this is exactly what it's going to take. If you want to make this much money, $3,000 your first 10 days, this is what it's going to take. It's going to take 100 phone calls a day. It's going to take being in the office early, leaving late. It's going to take you going on a money-making vacation, not seeing any of your friends for 10 days. Now, I don't care if you don't do this, but don't tell me you want this, and then this is your action, and get confused when your result's here. So I always gave people expectations. So if 100 people told me, hey, I want to break your company record. Well, that's great. No problem. come here tomorrow at 7 a.m. and I'll help you. Most don't show up. But if I give exact expectations, 5 or 10 will actually take that action. And of course they get the reward, but it's giving people proper expectations. Most people you hire that you've hired, you're confused why they quit or why they don't respect you. You're not giving them proper expectations. Number one. Number two, accountability. Have an accountability system in place that checks their KPIs, their key point indicators, or their result focus, or movement drivers is what we call them. So for our receptionists, we had specific accountability sheets. How many people did they call? How many showed up to the interview? How many callbacks did they do? All kinds of things that we've classified as important, they were tracking. For our sales team, how many calls did they make? How many appointments did they do? How many did they close? How many calls, appointments closed? How many follow-up calls? We could look at their accountability sheet and it tells me everything about their commitment and dedication. It's a numbers game, right? So in sales, if they have accountability, then we know exactly why they are where they are. And then we can figure out what to work on. So whether you have a receptionist, whether you have a general manager, an account manager, an accountant, a sales team, a videographer, an editor, if you just have accountability that helps them stay consistent, you're ahead of the game. Lastly, where most people skip out or cut corners is feedback. So once they have expectations, then there's accountability on to make sure they're consistent. Then there's feedback on how to get better. Hey, great work this week. I love your results. Thank you for tracking all this. I noticed that you told me you wanted blank blank. Well, these three things, how many calls you made wasn't enough to hit that goal. So I don't want you to be hard on yourself because you didn't sell enough. You just didn't make enough calls. That's it. So maybe the leads are the problem. We can help you with that. So now you're giving feedback based on what they want, based on what they told you. Now, when you're giving feedback, you have to have philosophies that they don't know about, but that are ingrained in your culture. So one is self-sufficiency. So when I'm giving people feedback, I'm teaching them how to be self-sufficient versus needing me. So if they need help with something, I teach them how to get the best training, how to research, how to be a problem solver. And I tell them, anytime you have a problem, anyone can bring me problems. I want you to be a solution-focused person. I want to help you develop to become a leader so you don't need me eventually. I want you to be more self-sufficient. So whenever you have an issue, bring me 2 solutions. So I'm giving feedback on their accountability based on my expectations. So once again, expectations, accountability, and feedback. If you can create those things, that is the foundation for how to consistently hire amazing people. And when you give them ongoing training and ongoing accountability, that's when you consistently attract great people. So with this accountability and feedback, we're able to get so much done throughout the day. At the end of each workday, my team sends a status update if it's for their specific tasks, if we need it, right? What did you do today? Do you have any questions? Do you need anything from us? Do you have any suggestions for us? What do you need help with, right? Keeping a consistent format for these questions makes these emails straightforward and efficient. When I had receptionists, how many calls did they make? What was their show percentage? How many people did they get in the door? How many personal recruits or referrals did they set up? When I had assistant managers and key staff when they were managing their own teams, how many appointments did your team do? How many did they close? How many did you get in the office? How many did you talk to today? Right? How many people sold over blank? And there was specific things they had to send me that were proven to get results that could tell me everything about their activity and their effort that week without them talking. It's like a sales rep having a box that says, how many calls did you make? And they start telling you a story. Well, no. We made these boxes so small that a story couldn't fit. Just a number. And the number tells me everything about their effort. See, you want to simplify business to what really matters. And you want to hold people to high standards because that's what leaders do. Lastly, never settle. A lot of people settle for okay people because they've given up on A players because it's not easy to find. But when you find them, you find your superstars, it's a game changer. I forgot one thing. Do you guys mind if I give you a little extra bonus tip? Something to do in interviews with A players is you tell them, I don't think you're an A player. I don't think you're a good fit, to be honest. I don't think you would perform like we want you to. Now, 9 out of 10 people will go, okay. and they'll put their tail between their legs and they'll walk out or they'll hang up, no problem. But an A player will go, excuse me? What? I for sure can do what you want me to do. Let me show you how I can do it. So if you push them away and challenge them, an A player will come back at you with a rebuttal and say, give me a chance. So try that too. Hey, what's up? And thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy this video and this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button below, put the notifications on, and I assure you, you'll love this content in these videos.